This is my third time trying to do this video because people keep calling me and IMing me, and this is something that has been weighing heavy on my mind. So I don't care who calls, unless it's my landlord calling about some situation in here. But, ooh, Lord, excuse me, coming out my clothes. I've been cleaning up, my shirt and got loose, been bending down, picking up stuff. Not cool. Anyway, there were some events that happened earlier this week. Today's Wednesday. All of this came to me and occurred on Monday. A friend of mine I talked to earlier on Monday had said that because another friend of mine's son, who I call my nephew, who I have known his entire 17 years, has been getting in a little trouble here and there. I consider the typical teenage trouble, you know, being a hard head, following your peers, figuring it's your life, you do what you want. And friends of his mother's and a friend of mine suggested that he go and live out of town with them to straighten out his life, to finish school, to get better at whatever. What the hell was that? Anyway, at first I thought maybe it would have been a good idea, but then I thought about one of the people who wanted her son to come and live with them. This is someone who, I'm not gonna get into that. Let's just say I wouldn't send my dog to live with her ass, first of all. Anyway, shortly thereafter, finding out this bit of information, a 13-year-old boy was shot and killed by a 14-year-old boy. Come to find out later that the boy who was killed was a very close friend of my nephew. It's conflicting issues as to why the boy was killed, why the boy shot the other boy, but still an unfortunate situation no less. It put me in fear because of the location of the shooting. I knew this was somewhere that my nephew frequented. And I had a fear that if it wasn't him involved, once I found out the age of the boy was killed, I knew it couldn't have been him. I was in fear of the fact that he was even around the situation. Come to find out, he wasn't. After talking to his mother later on. In that, I pray that my nephew has a wake-up call. That this is the thing to change his life. If nothing else makes him change, this is the thing to make him change. So then it really, really made me think, because even after something else happened a few months back, the police told my nephew's mom to send him away to keep him out of trouble, which angered me because the trouble that was caused, a fight with another boy, was not, the damn flies getting on my nerves, was not his fault. He was defending himself. And when they went to the police about the situation, because apparently some other things went on where someone threatened his life, they told her send him away, which angered me. Because I'm like, how the hell do the police tell you send someone away, but don't go and look for the person who made an attempt at your child's life? Now, that made me rethink my decision in a broad spectrum. First of all, me looking at the options that she was given. Send him point A or point B. Point B has slight potential, but still little of none. Point A ain't got no effing potential whatsoever. As an ulterior motive behind her asking for him to come live there, I think it's financial. But anyway, flies aggravating me. Well, in the process of it all, I thought about it. Why send him away to erase or get away from the issues and the problems that are plaguing his life right now? He has a wonderful support system with his mother. And he's doing the typical hard-head teenage New Orleans boy things. He has a wonderful head on his shoulders, and I love him dearly. Have watched him grow from a boy into a man. But change has to come within you. Damn fly! Change has to come within you. No one can make you change. A change of scenery cannot make you change what's on the inside. You have to be willing to change for yourself, within yourself. Change starts with you. No one and no other place, no scenery change, no new location can make you change. And to be honest, if he comes back, his problems will still remain. They've just been lingering, festering. When you think getting away is going to erase your problems, maybe somebody will forget about you. You never know. When you get back, cross someone in the street and they'll be like, yeah, nigga, where you been, da 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 da, and it starts the whole issue all over again. I told him to stay here. He has a wonderful support system. He just has to be willing to make the changes in himself, to be a better person, to become a man productive in society, not follow the ways of hardheads. So going to another place will not change anything. It's like with a drug addict. You go to rehab because you're tired of the rigmarole of the drugs and the things it's doing to you and what life is putting in front of you. So you go to rehab for the change. Going away. Rehab. That's the way I see it. You want to send him to rehab to rehabilitate his life. But when rehab is over, he has to come back and face the reality that he left to straighten out his life. And from what I've seen with a lot of serious drug addicts who have lived that life for so long and want to make a change, they relapse. That is the fear that I have. So my solution to it is stay here, face your problems, face your fears head on. Not saying that I want my nephew to lose his life, but there are changes he can make towards the positive, towards the better for himself right here without leaving. And running from your problems is not the answer. To my nephew, who, if he doesn't watch this, his mother will, you can make it through this. To my friend, his mother, you can make it through this. You and your son need to stand strong. And if ever you need a shoulder to lean on or a shoulder to cry on, you have a many that you can go to, not just mine. Brandon was called me his mama daddy. And that's because I'm hard on him and I'm nurturing like a parent. I do that with all kids. I figure a village raises a child, but I don't have much more time. All I want to say is that change comes within you. Change happens within you. No one can make those changes for you, and a change of scenery does not make those changes. I'll elaborate more on that later, YouTube. Have a wonderful one. Got to finish cleaning my house. My baby's on her way home. Peace and blessings, y'all. Later.